one of the best things about making a kimono or a yukata is how easy it is to make the pattern pieces. I'm going to show you how I make the pattern pieces to make a yukata out of something like this, but in a white fabric. So this is called cotton lawn. It is a very light cotton. I'll hold it up for you here. Lighter than poplin, but heavier than voile. So this is voile, and I made this while I was filming the course on how to make a kimono or a yukata. You can see that's extremely transparent, completely see-through. I'll just sort of lay her over here for a little bit. There we go. And this is lawn, so this is the next level up. This is a cotton lawn, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's really comfortable, it's very light, and it's good for either summer or winter. In summer you can wear it by itself, and it is completely comfortable and very cooling because there's lots of airflow. In the winter it's fantastic as just that last layer, so the heating might be on. You don't want to put on something too heavy because you'll feel swamped by the heat. This allows you to sort of be cocooned but still breathe. So it's actually really comfortable. It's heading into winter now where I am in the UK, and I wear this. This is how I would wear all my yukatas. Most days I wear them on top of my house clothes, just a t-shirt and some trousers, and it's so comfortable. Absolutely perfect fabric to use to make a yukata. And you're making a yukata if you're using cotton, because cotton is used to make yukatas, not kimonos. You can sometimes get a cotton blend kimono. I haven't seen many, and there are kimonos out there that obviously are made of cotton, but usually if you're making a garment like this and you're using cotton, it's a yukata. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make the pattern pieces. This is cotton lawn, and it is 150 centimeters wide, which is 60 inches. So you see that. The kind of width that you would buy a lot of things like poplin and broadcloth, a lot of your staple fabrics, linens especially, will come in a width about that. You see that? So I'm 5'11", 5'11", 178 centimeters tall, and it's just a little bit shorter than me across on my arm span there. So this is the wider length of fabric. This is how easy it is to cut the patterns. You have to have the right fabric to do it this way. So this is cotton lawn. It tears very easily. Make sure you're confident with tearing if you're going to do it this way. And if you're not going to do it this way, if you are just going to cut it, pay attention here, because this is how you divide the fabric. We fold it directly in half, and this is cotton lawn, so I've just made a finger press there. If I get my head out of the way, it might focus on it. There we go. You see that press there? I'm going to come in for about ½ inch or a centimeter and clip. Do you see that? That's the halfway point. So I've found the exact halfway point, and this is what you do. There you go. So you've got two strips that are exact halves of each other straight down the fabric. Amazing. Next, fold it in half again. Just one of the strips. And we do the same process. I'm going to cut in just by a centimeter, just to clip it. So far I have two strips, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other strip, the other half of the fabric, and you can see what I'm doing and why cotton lawn is the way to go. If you're going to make this, get some voile, get some lawn, maybe a poplin, get something you can tear, get a silk, but be careful with silk because silk bruises. Remember, I come in, do ½ inch cut, So I have 4 strips of fabric now, and this fabric is 3 meters long, so 3.2 yards. Now, if you're making a kimono or a yukata in Japan, you can go down to your local fabric shop, maybe not your local one, but you can go to a Japanese fabric store and buy something like this. This is called a tanmono. So this is black silk and there's 12 meters of it. And this is what a kimono is made from. This unravels for 12 meters, 13 yards long. Now, you might notice I just said we had 4 strips, which are 3 meters long or 3.2 yards each. Those strips, if you laid them end to end, would create one of these. Let me hold one up. I haven't pressed this yet, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Do you see this? So what we're creating is a deconstructed tanmono. That's silk. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It just unraveled right across. There you go. It just bumped into the camera. Just unraveled right across the room. This is cotton. This is used for lining. So it's scarlet. Like, look how orange that is. It's almost vermilion. And again, it's around about the same width. Do you see that? And this would be a little less because it's used for lining, so it's about 10 meters, maybe 11 yards. And then I've got this beautiful one here. I'm loath to cut it and start using it to create an actual yukata. It's cotton, and it's from the Showa period, so up until the 80s in Japan. It's the most beautiful cotton, and it's light as a feather. It's this lawn that it's not lawn technically, but it's like a lawn that I'm talking about. And again, if you have a look, I'll hold this up and it's about the same width. I say about because everything is about. It doesn't have to be exactly 40 centimeters or 16 inches or 35 or 14 inches. It can be a little bit either way. But this is how you would buy the fabric, and that's how, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. I'll bring this in. That's how you would buy your fabric in Japan. So, we know that now. What do we do with these? We've got 4 of them. Take one with the selvage on it, and we're going to do exactly the same process again. So I'm folding that directly in half, and I'm cutting in by about 1 centimeter. I'm turning only one of these into 2 narrow strips. So I have 2 narrow strips. I have 1 long strip and I have 3 long strips altogether. So far, you've made 2 pattern pieces. And you've got 6 to go, but it's really not that hard. I'm going to take one of the wide pieces, like this. This will make up the sleeves. I'm going to fold it in half, but I'm going to fold it in half lengthways this time, rather than across its width. Directly in half down here. Find the exact half point and give that a good finger press. When I come in, cut that, and just, you see it's a narrow little bit there, we just go, there you go. You now have 2 sleeves, you have 1 body piece, 2 body piece, and then you've got these 2 narrow strips. And these are easy to do as well. This is how easy it is to cut this garment. Take 1 narrow strip. It can be with the selvage or without. It's up to you. And we're going to take off. Where's my ruler? We're going to take off 10 centimeters or 4 inches. So 10 centimeters or 4 inches from the top. And just do a little snip into there. This is how simple it really can be. So I've taken off that. That's one bit of waste fabric that you have, and that can sit up in the neck when you make the garment. Then we take this piece that we've just taken 10 centimeters off, fold it directly in half, find that exact halfway point, and if it has a selvage on it, clip from the selvage side, because the selvage is the stronger part and it will catch if you try and break it across. Break that in half. You now have 6 of your 8 pattern pieces made. The last 2 you need to measure, and they measure like this. It still is quite easy. Come down and you go 90 centimeters. So we're going to 90 centimeters, and we'll tear that away. This is your overcollar, which goes around here like this, and then you need to find the undercollar, which is exactly double this. So I'm doing all of this standing up. I haven't sat down, haven't put this onto a table yet. Now, best practice is you would actually press these between it, but I want to show you just how easy and quickly you can actually do this. I've done this in a rush. Not sure why I was in a rush, but I was in a rush and it worked. So what I'm doing is finding the 90 centimeters on there, using that first tear. This is how easy it is. And if you get it a little bit off, it's okay, because it all works out once you start actually constructing the garment. So I've got them all lined up. I've got that first piece that I cut, that's here, and I've then got the second piece, the longer piece, folded it down, up, back around to make a double over, and then I've snipped it and I can take that off, and that's your other piece of waste. So I've just made all the pattern pieces I need to make a yukata from 3 meters or 3.2 yards of fabric, and these are the leftover pieces. This is the waste. I've got one piece here and one piece there. Both of them, if you want, can be incorporated into the collar, so that could be no waste whatsoever. From 3 meters, 3.2 yards, 3 yards. And I'll show you what I've got. Let's put them on as they go onto the body. So the overlaps are there, right? Here we go. One thing with tearing is you get a lot of this. Of course, the thread, when you tear, the thread stays straight and falls out. But once you start sewing, that will all go back fine. So I have one body piece. Ooh. 2 body pieces. Do you see how it's coming together? And then I've got, this will be interesting actually. I've never quite dressed it like this. One sleeve there, and they'll overlap for their seam allowances. And another another sleeve here. Ooh. So 2 sleeves, 2 body pieces. These 2 are called okumi. They're the front overlaps. So they overlap here at the body. And I'm going to hold them up now, but then you're just going to have to remember this because I can't do it. Body pieces go there, the okumi, the front extensions, And then this is your collar. You have the over collar that comes round, the under collar that comes round, and the over collar that sits on top of that. There you have it. That took me 10 minutes, and I've got all the pattern pieces cut. They're falling off me now. All the pattern pieces cut for a Japanese yukata. And I haven't put this onto the table. I haven't put it under the iron. I've measured twice. And this is what we've got. That's how easy it is. You can do that if you have 3 meters of fabric, 3.2 yards of fabric. That's 150 centimeters wide or 60 inches. And if you're confident and your fabric is tearable, you can tear that and have that all done in 10 minutes. Just rip, rip, rip. It's all in halves. It's all very logical, and it's all straight pattern pieces. I hope you enjoyed. I really did. That was fun.